Alrighty, welcome back to TECHNOBABBLE. I want to talk about storage again, this time pertaining to the PlayStation 5. I would think a large portion of the people who have or will be buying a PlayStation 5 will have had a PlayStation 4. I mean, Sony sells millions and millions of units, so it's very likely that the new generation will have overlap with the last. And I think the people in that overlap are likely to have an external hard drive to go along with their PS4. And in that case, you can just take your hard drive and hook it up to the PS5 and store any games you want. But warning, you are not expanding the console's internal memory, and neither hard drives or external SSDs have the ability to play PS5 upgraded or exclusive games. But you can store those games on external SSDs or hard drives, HDDs, and that can be incredibly useful, especially if you happen to have slower internet. All this applies the same for the Xbox Series consoles as well, with the caveat of Xbox making the choice to have their NVMe storage option be proprietary and is only manufactured by Seagate. I personally can't wrap my head around the price tag of $200 for 1 terabyte of extra quote unquote internal memory when I can spend the same $200 on an 8 terabyte drive and store hundreds of games, keep them up to date, and transfer them fairly quickly to and from the external and internal storage when I want to play them. So you could easily take this same approach with the PlayStation 5 consoles as well, and if you have slower internet, I will continue to recommend mass storage in a hard drive over an NVMe M.2. However, it all depends on how you use your PlayStation 5. So let's take a moment and talk about why I chose an NVMe M.2 for my PlayStation 5. As returning viewers may know, I mainly play games on my Xbox Series X. I have a huge game library on Xbox, and that affected my decision because I will genuinely only use PlayStation consoles for the exclusives I decide to get. It's the only reason I buy said PlayStations. And in the future, with the way Sony is starting to actually release those exclusive games on PC, I might be better off just trying to put money towards a super beefed up computer. The point being, I chose an M.2 for the PS5 because I really only use that for console exclusives. And I don't have a massive game library on PlayStation, so I don't want or feel the need for 8 terabytes of storage, or whatever other large storage volume you might desire. And expanding my ability to play PlayStation 5 games seems the right way to go. Just don't let all this confuse you either, or make you feel locked in. It's really about your choice and what you plan to do with your console. If you're only ever going to have a handful of exclusive titles, then I believe an M.2 NVMe SSD is the way to go. And you can actually shop around on PS5 and choose different M.2 drives that will fit your needs and your budget. Sony has a list of requirements on their website, and there are quite a few NVMe M.2 drives that fit into those requirements. Of course, just remember that M.2 drives are still more expensive than hard drives, especially based on a price to storage capacity ratio. So do your digging and decide on what kind of storage will be best for you while keeping in mind that you can choose 3 different types of storage for any of the current generation consoles. Well, except for the Switch. But SD cards are fairly quick anyway. So for the PlayStation 5s or the Xbox Series consoles, you can go with NVMe storage, or you can go for an external SSD, which I don't have an example of, or you can go for an external hard drive, with the hard drives having the best price to storage ratio in my opinion. The key takeaway is that only NVMe drives like the M.2 drives you shove under the hood on the PS5 or the proprietary expansion cards that Seagate makes for the Xbox Series consoles will allow you to play PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series games respectively. Of course, the reality is I'm not here to sell you anything. I would rather provide choices and give you some general guidance or help, which is why I say it really depends on what you want to do with your consoles. That said, I will provide links below in the description and in a pinned comment to a few different drives, and you can make your choice from there. And at the time of making this video, they are not affiliated, though that could change in the future. I'll have to start making money to support this channel at some point because technology is expensive. So hopefully you found this video helpful and less confusing, maybe than my Xbox storage video was. If you liked it, remember to leave a like and share with your friends if they need a little help deciding what kind of drive they need. Thanks for watching, and remember to be safe and be good. I hope to catch you in the next one.